Hi guys, welcome to the Let's Talk ReZultz podcast. This podcast is really all about inspiring creativity, and it's aimed at anyone that's trying to get into the creative space, whether you be an artist, whether you be a musician, whether you be a fashion designer, whether you be an architect, whether you be a cook. It's really all about taking you through the journey of very successful artists and creators and showing you and talking you through their journey. Today, we're going to be speaking to the international artist by the name of Emmanuel Mawuko Arkutu. He is the CEO of Mawuko Initials, and he's here to take us through his journey from how he started from very humble beginnings to where he is now selling abstract and contemporary art all over the world. So let's go, listen carefully, and hopefully you'll be inspired by Emmanuel's journey. Thanks a lot.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Cheers, my friend. How you doing?
Good.
Good to see you again. I'm good, man. I'm good. Good to see you again. It's been a while. It's been a while.
A long while.
It has been. But thank you. Let me start off by saying thank you very much for taking the time to be on this podcast. And the name of the podcast is called Let's Talk ReZultz.
Okay.
ReZultz is a creative agency, and we're fascinated with people's creativity. Fascinated. One of the reasons why we're fascinated with people's creativity is because we're all creatives ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And we've all had journeys, from humble beginnings or to maybe very wealthy beginnings. We've all had journeys. And if you don't mind, I want to start off by just asking you, okay, if you close your eyes and you think about your beginnings, if you think about your childhood, okay, when you close your eyes, what do you see? What does that feel like?
Thank you very much. Growing up about 4 to 5 decades ago, I must say that I grew up from a very humble family and very, very, supporting siblings. Yeah.
Okay.
But me personally, growing up as a small young boy, I wasn't very aggressive. I was the laid-back type, and taking instructions from parents and doing what I was asked to do.
Yeah.
And a few other things. You understand,
Yeah.
like supporting the family chores and all that. So that's what I could remember.
That's it, remember.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. You mentioned there's your siblings.
Yes.
What was your relationship like with your siblings?
We grew up as good siblings. That power of unity.
Yeah.
Because our parents brought us up in that fashion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a brother. I have an elderly brother who looks very much like me. We look very, very, very much alike. Yeah, and we always say. I always tell people that our parents were faithful. That's why we look alike.
Yeah.
So I have great siblings, and I have very supportive siblings.
How many of you?
We are 4.
Okay. And where are you in that line?
Two boys and then 2 girls. I am the very last born.
You're the last one.
I am the last born.
I see. You're the baby of the bunch.
Yes.
I wouldn't have guessed it. I wouldn't have guessed it.
I am the very last born.
Okay. And tell us a bit about you talked about your parents being faithful, which is a great thing to hear. But tell us a bit about that. What were they like as parents? Were they encouraging? Were they supportive of you? Were they artists themselves? Tell us a bit about your parents.
My father did purchasing and supply in the UK, and my mom is a trained teacher. Yes. So I am a teacher's son.
I see.
Yes.
I see.
Yes. And that has also shaped my upbringing.
Right.
When it comes to, education.
Right.
Discipline.
Yep. I was going to say discipline.
Exactly. So that's it about my father and my mother.
Your mum and dad are still around?
They are all deceased.
Okay, sorry to hear that. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. But the lessons they gave you, the foundation, clearly is still alive.
Exactly.
Okay, we're going to come on, obviously, to your art soon, but I want to talk a little bit more about, you mentioned something which I think is interesting. You mentioned you weren't always this aggressive character.
Exactly.
You were a little timid.
Yes.
I find that very hard to believe. But let's hear more about it.
When I was young, growing up, I wasn't outspoken like I am today. And perhaps it's because of the transformations. That's why you are here today to grant this interview. Somewhere along the line, we had a family tenant.
Okay.
Who used to live in our family house at the time. That's my mom's side. Okay, called Mr. Nyako. And he was an artist.
I see.
Exactly.
Okay.
He was an artist.
How old were you at this time, roughly?
I was barely 7 to 8 years old.
Okay.
7 to 8 years old. Yes. And I could remember that when I come back from school, from that primary school at the time, that was preparatory, I always go to him when he's working, and I admire his work, his level of drawing and creativity. Yeah. So I became his boy, more or less. I fetch water for him to wash his brushes, his palettes and stuff.
So that's where it started.
That's where the whole thing started. That's where the interest in art started. First started.
Sure.
My father's side, there's no artist there. My mother's side, there's no artist there. Okay. So the interest in art started from this young tenant at the time, Mr. Nyako.
Right. Is he still around?
He died. He died some few years ago.
Right.
Yes. Right. So the interest came from that angle. Yeah.
So do you think it was at that point when you really started to discover your interest and maybe your passion for art? Do you think it was at that point when you perhaps that's where the confidence started to kick in, the character that you are now? Or was there something else later on in life that brought the Mawuko out today?
It was the same period. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, helping Mr. Nyako at the time made me discover some drawing, sketch parts in my mother's drawer.
I see.
Okay, so I started drawing those Mickey Mouse and all those, then started coloring all those things. So that was where the confidence began.
I see.
You understand?
Yeah.
If you are able to draw and to achieve at least a perfect drawing, it gives you confidence. You understand? Yeah. It means that you've been able to solve a problem.
Yeah.
Creativity is about solving problems.
Mm-hmm. Tell us a bit about your schooling. Okay. So from primary school, what was that like, and what was your ability your academic ability? What was it like in comparison to some of your peers, some of your friends?
Primary school, I was doing well. I did very well. I was always among the first 5.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And to secondary school, But secondary school, I became an average student. You understand me? Because I was doing more of the art, all those gifts, art, and practicing art. I was focusing more on art than other subjects. Secondary school, I was the art prefect, and I was always with the art master, Mr. Tay.
Right.
That's Tema Secondary School.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So secondary school, yes, I was an average student, and I picked up when I went to 6th form.
You picked up when you went to 6th form.
Yes.
So think back to that time.
Mm-hmm.
What was the transition? Why did you all of a sudden pick up when you went to 6th form? Was there a period? Was there somebody that influenced that? Was it just you becoming more focused? I'm trying to understand what led to that transition.
I picked up from the secondary school to the 6th form level because during the period of my O levels, that's from Form 1 to Form 5, I was already selling art on
I see.
On campus. Yes.
Right.
I was doing gift cards and all those things. I was doing all those the banners for speech days, for fanfares.
And how was
I was the school art prefect.
So you were selling art?
Yes. So I was making some gains. I was making some some gains. So I think that encouraged me to do more. Right. So even in my A level art, I got A in art.
Nice.
I got A in A level art. So that's where the confidence and then the progression happened.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
So if you don't mind, tell us about your relationship with your secondary school teacher, Mr. Tay.
Mr. Tay, my secondary school art teacher.
Okay. Art teacher. Yeah.
Took me as a son. Because then I was then the art prefect.
Yeah.
So he encouraged me, and I really loved him as an uncle and as a father figure.
So it's a really strong relationship.
Yes, strong, very strong relationship.
Yeah.
With Mr. Tay.
So, Mawuko, tell us, at what point did you realize that art was going to be something that you're definitely going to pursue? Was there a revelation? Was there a point? Did it come as an evolution, or was it quite, now I know? Tell us about that.
Now, after my A levels, I think it came as a revolution. You understand? Then I needed to pursue new things. I needed to chart a new path. So I looked within me the strength at the time that could propel me in life, in choosing a career.
Yeah.
You understand? So and the art was about 99.9%. Because one, I was making money from art already.
Yeah.
I was selling, I was practicing, even though it was not canvas paintings, it was gifts, gifts that I did with my, like, thank you cards, birthday cards.
I was going to ask you.
Yeah,
Okay.
you understand. And then gift hangings. I created my own frames and even gift bags with these kente wrappers I did my own bags that when you roll the artwork, the gift, you put it in, you slot it in, and I mean, you present to whoever the loved one may be. You understand? So I decided to start the art journey after A levels.
Okay.
And I have never looked back ever since I chose to pursue that path.
Okay. So when you started that journey, right? Did you map out what that journey is going to look like? Did you say to yourself, one day I'm going to be an international artist? Or was it I'm just going to do this? I'm trying to understand how you got to where you are, you know? Was there a point, specifically after the A-levels, where you said, this is my ambition, this is my dream? Or was it more just a labor of love, passion, interest? You know, tell us a bit about that. You're smiling because you know.
This is interesting, and that's a very good question. You know, the feeling at the time was like an abstract painting, starting an abstract painting.
And what's that like? What's that like?
You know, when you start an abstract painting, it looks, you know, scattered.
Okay.
There is no meaning.
Right.
But you know, you develop it in stages.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
I mean, the basics, the mid tone, till you get to design, and then you get to the final point where the eye is able to rest.
Okay.
Which means that there is harmony. So perhaps you are in a better position to answer the question that you put, because starting then and seeing my works now today should answer that question. So the love was there. The love for art
was always there.
Was always there.
Yeah.
Because I quite remember when I was in Form 3 going to Form 4. That's when you choose your subjects.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. My dad sent my sister to the school to tell me to choose science. You know, to choose science. And if I fail to choose science, vacation I shouldn't come home. I shouldn't come to. You see, we had parents who always wanted their children to achieve what they couldn't achieve.
Be a doctor.
Be a doctor. Be a lawyer.
Be a pharmacist. Be a lawyer.
And all
be an
that.
accountant.
But I chose the arts because I love art.
Okay, but I'll come to that shortly. Mm-hmm. Did that, your parents, them wanting you to do science or anything else, did that hinder your thought process? Did that at all sway you? Did that make you second guess what you wanted to do? Or did you just have that one track? I don't care what mom and dad said. I am going to be an artist.
I was focused.
You were focused
in doing art.
Right. And nothing was
that particular term. I did very well in physics, chemistry, biology, but that was that term alone. You understand me? But I was first in art from one.
Right.
You understand me? So that's where the passion is.
But the interesting thing is, though, even though you were first in art,
yes,
you were super talented.
Yes.
It seems as though you didn't. Still, at that point, you still didn't have the vision to be a successful international artist. That's what I'm getting from what you're saying. Or it seems like you were doing it just for the love of it, because you enjoyed painting. You enjoyed the journey of creating
drawing
a beautiful abstract canvas piece.
Exactly.
But I'm trying to get your vision at that time to be a successful artist. It wasn't there, was it?
It wasn't there at the time.
At the time. So take us through that journey.
Okay.
And you likened it to
an abstract painting.
Tell us a bit more about
Yes. You know, an abstract painting gets better
as you progress on it.
As you progress. Yeah. Yes. And as an artist and a human being, I couldn't tell the future of what I was doing.
Right.
Because I wasn't the prophet at the time.
How old were you at the time?
20 years.
Okay.
20 years, 21. Between 20 to 23.
Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So that was that period.
Yeah.
Okay. But later in the pursuit of the profession.
Yeah.
Where I did those gift cards, and I distribute to gift shops. Look, there was one this particular day that I went to distribute those gift items. When I got there, I was just taking stock with the manager there. And a client just walked in, saw just one of the wall hanging, and he bought all. So those signs,
right?
Those activities
encouraged you, right,
to do more, to pursue.
Yeah.
So that is what began to fine-tune my interest and vision towards.
Yeah. Because you saw that people were taking a very keen interest in it.
Exactly.
And you were making money.
Before, I was just doing it for the love of it.
Yeah.
Maybe as a hobby, and I was making some few gains out of it.
Yeah.
But when it started paying, I said, no, this is a good profession.
Of course.
And I have to pursue it.
Yeah.
And I have pursued it since then till date.
Yeah.
As a full-time artist.
Tell us, what hurdles or barriers did you face along that journey?
There were hurdles. There were challenges. Okay. If you don't fail, you will never succeed.
Yeah.
Because failure is part of success.
Of course.
If you want to jump, you squat before you jump. You understand? Yeah. Like I said earlier, my father was not really encouraging when it comes to the arts. Okay. Me pursuing art.
Okay.
So
did that
he was not supporting my vision, my career.
Yeah.
He still wanted me to go back to school and go and still pursue this and that and that. So now, financial support. At the time I was young. I didn't know any business management. I didn't know how to keep clients. I didn't know. Today, I don't do sales. I don't just sell art. I build relationship with my clients.
Right.
I build relationship
because that's the strongest currency, actually.
Exactly.
And the power of referrals as well.
Exactly. Referrals. So clients I've had over a long period, over 25 years. They are still my clients today.
Yeah.
They call, they are families, they are friends. So you open more windows.
Across the waters as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let me ask you this though, about your father. What do you think he would say about you now, if he was alive, seeing this?
he congratulated me before he died.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because his portrait, I mean, the first portrait I did was my father, and I hung it in front of his bedroom door when he left for the office. So when he came back,
And he saw it. That's beautiful.
and he saw it,
That's beautiful.
he came to my room to congratulate me.
Right.
He came to my room.
Do you still have that painting now?
No. It was on a card. It was a portrait of my dad on a card.
Yeah.
And so that's it.
Tell us about the hurdles that you faced along your journey, setbacks, barriers, but more importantly, how did you flip the script? How did you overcome this?
In every journey that will be successful, there's always this lean seasons like the hurdles. Okay. Now, growing up in the early days of practicing my profession as an artist, one major challenge was clients, bias. So in every profession, just like art, when you are starting the business or the profession, there are challenges. There's a lean season. There's you have days of wilderness where you have to solve problems.
Yeah.
And that really goes a long way to distract you. But you have to maintain your focus and your discipline.
Yeah.
On your goal. I had challenges getting clients to buy my artworks.
Right.
Because I needed money to buy more materials to do more paintings. So finance bias was also a headache.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
business ethics and stuff were all challenges.
Because that wasn't your background.
That was in my background.
Yeah.
And you just jump into a space that you are new. So those were some of the challenges.
But how did you overcome those things? Because you're now having to sell your art, and you're now having to market yourself. You're now having to build your brand.
Yes.
How did you overcome those challenges?
I was able to produce more paintings during those periods.
During the quiet times.
During the quiet times.
When you're out in the wilderness.
Exactly. And I was able to come up with very, very nice pieces.
Right.
Conceptual ones and abstract pieces.
Right.
And at the time, I had booked an exhibition at Golden Tulip at the time, now Lancaster.
Right.
Okay.
What year was this?
That was, was it 1998?
Okay.
97, 98.
Right. You decided to book an exhibition.
There was an exhibition there for for artists.
And you decided you wanted to feature in that.
Exactly.
Okay.
That was my first major exhibition.
I see. Okay. So that was very successful then.
Very, very successful.
Can you tell us?
And I sold out.
I was going to say, how much did you make? Let's talk about that. The cheddar. How much did you make?
At the time, I made over $10,000.
Dollars.
Yes.
Back then.
Yes, back then.
What did you spend the money on?
Oh, let me tell you how I made the money. And you know what really encouraged me to pursue that particular, the art is the different currencies that
you were being exposed to.
Exactly.
I see.
You know,
the pounds, the dollars.
a British man gives you pound, a Canadian buyer gives you Canadian dollars.
I see.
You have dollars, you are French franc at the time.
Right.
So at the end of the exhibition, the basket is full.
That's when your belly started to...
No, it didn't start at that point. You understand me? So it was so I was happy. I was happy practicing the profession.
Right.
And I decided to practice it full time.
Full time at that point.
At that point.
So money was the...
Yes, money was
the
yes.
The driver of all things.
Work and happiness.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Why do we pursue our careers? We go to school and all that. It's to be able to live.
Of course.
Live well.
So very simply, that was the point.
That was
98,
the point.
99. That was the point
Exactly.
when you told yourself,
Exactly.
this is going to be my career.
This is what
I'm going to do to feed my family.
Exactly.
I'm going to build my house.
Exactly.
And this is going to take me to new levels.
Exactly. I was able to buy this land, the land for this house, and then start with the
So that must have been massively successful.
That's it.
Right.
That's it. And I sold my paintings in 3s, 5, and I mean, people just bought 3, 5, 6. There was this Lebanese man who bought 5 at a go, and then at the time, then the MD of Standard Chartered Bank, he also bought about 4. That was on Mother's Day, and he came there with the mother to have lunch on.
Wonderful. Yeah.
So he bought those paintings for them. So I made money.
Yeah.
And that is what encouraged me to pursue the art
as a career.
I
get it. It makes perfect sense.
And I haven't looked back since.
Why would you?
I mean,
I'm surprised you don't have a house in London or California or Japan.
I am getting there.
You get it there.
Yeah.
This time next year.
Yes. Why not?
Let me ask you about the kind of art you do, right? Because we need to talk really about your craft and your work. And it's obvious that you do abstract art and contemporary. Those are the 2 areas you specialize in.
Yes.
Any reason for that?
I actually started with painting portraits.
Okay. Yes.
I paint portraits. Yes. That's how I started with painting portraits. In Africa, when you talk about art, it's about. I mean, the mindset is all about a village scene. That kind of ethnic paintings.
Yeah.
You know, but abstract and contemporary sells more than ethnic paintings.
Of course.
Okay. Because an abstract piece like this, you don't get tired enjoying the piece. You understand me? Every day you see a new thing.
And there's so many different stories.
You understand me? Yeah. So many stories. You understand what I'm saying? But an ethnic painting, we call it pop art.
Right.
You understand? Pop art. Why is it called pop art? We, the artists, refer to it as pop art. It is those artworks that when foreigners visit your country,
that's what they're attracted to.
They visit Africa. They want to take something back to go and show that they have been to.
Right. Okay. I see.
You understand me? So it's like that. You understand? But abstract
is very different.
I grew up and developed the abstract concept because I had so much to create.
Yeah.
I mean, around me from my environment. That goes beyond just a village scene.
Yeah.
You understand what
I completely understand. I completely understand. But I do want to ask you though. Your work is very different. Okay. Yes, it's abstract art, but it's very different. What were your influences, or who influenced the kind of executions? Who influenced this style of art? I know you've mentioned your secondary school teacher,
yes.
Mr. Tay. I think you mentioned another uncle, Mr. Nyako.
Yeah.
But outside of all of those very influential father figures in your life, what other influences did you have in creating such different pieces?
As we speak, I must say that when it comes to techniques, abstract techniques, I have developed 16 different techniques. 16. I have even added one more recently.
Okay.
So 17 different techniques.
Okay. Tell us about that. Where did it come from?
I mean, it comes from the same artworks that you do. You know, the process. You know, when you are painting, the color, the palette knife, the brush, it teaches you new things. You only have to pay attention.
Right.
Can
you give us an example?
You know,
I know a lot of it is instinct, but can you give us an example?
Yes. Now, the palette knife, as it is, it can give you or produce so many different textures, all from one single knife, based on the energy you exert, which will give you the impasto or cubism effect.
Yeah.
Now, when you release the energy, it gives you those pigments,
right?
Just like this very pink one you see. These ones. You understand what I'm
same knife.
It is the same knife, and you can use the same knife to draw, just like that one back there. The water is both brush and knife. Now the trees, those are trees, but it's abstract. But you could still see it as tree.
So this piece here,
yes,
you've just used one instrument, one knife, or
knife
and brush,
and then brush.
Okay.
Finish.
Okay.
To achieve all those techniques.
Okay.
My style of abstract, like you said, is unique. If you don't come to Mawuko, you won't get this technique.
Right.
If you don't come to Mawuko, you won't get this technique.
And this technique, would you say, has really just come from you experimenting with the knife, with the tools?
Exactly.
But have there been any outside influences? Any outside? Has there been a particular style of art that you've seen in different parts of the world, or maybe even locally? No.
Locally, yes.
No. Yes.
Locally, maybe my colleague artist, the professor Glover, Wisdom Kudo, those my seniors and colleagues. Every artwork, as an artist, you are able to draw some inspiration.
So you mean you can take inspiration from different sources?
Why not? Look, we all take inspiration from nature. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Look, nature is the best artist. Even the clouds
life.
There are times you could see chariots. I mean, the clouds could...
The shape of the clouds.
I mean, chariots and human being drummers, and you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I mean, other colleagues, my environment...
That's you just pick and execute.
Basically, that's it.
That's
Even this conversation. I can.
But you won't sell that to me. That'll be a gift. That'll be a gift.
I will do one for you. Let me develop that one for you.
Cool. What would it look like? Like, just give me a... Take me into that space. What do you think it would look like?
First of all, I am going to work in
this wine color.
Yeah. Okay. And I am there should be freedom in the flow or texture of
and that represents the conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. And then we highlight it with finishing, light source, harmony. And then it's a beautiful gift to...
What would you call it?
Justin.
What would be the title? Or we should wait until we get there, yeah?
Yes.
Let's wait till we get
let's get there. 70%, 80% into the work.
Then we can...
Then the title pops up automatically.
Is that usually your process, though?
No.
Okay.
There are pieces that are conceptual. Oftentimes when I'm having my quiet time, and an idea pops up, I will either sketch it and come and paint, or I will come, pick the canvas, and then just put the sketches.
Right.
And then write, this place should be blue to indicate this. This should be blue. And then I leave it. I come back when I'm in a good mood.
When you're in the spirit.
To develop it. Then I develop it.
So Mawuko, so this piece, let me start off by saying what I see, and then you can tell me.
Okay.
For me, I see beauty in the female figure. I see leadership, power, royalty. But please tell us what this represents, and also tell us the inspiration as well.
Okay, thank you very much. This is a piece I actually did in 48 hours. Okay. And I will explain why I did this piece in 48 hours. 2 days. And the size is 4 feet by 8 feet. That's the size of a plywood, one plywood. It is big. Nice. Now, because it is conceptual, it is a concept that I visualized. Mm-hmm. And I had to execute it before I forget, coupled with speed in terms of experience. I was able to capture this piece in 2 days. Yeah. One, this is a piece, first and foremost, this is a piece that talks about royalty.
Okay.
So you got it right. Okay. But it goes beyond just royalty. Now, the female figure that you see in the middle represents the motherland. Mm-hmm. That's Africa. Cool. It represents the motherland. In our local dialect, we say Asasea, earth. This is a piece that I developed with 3 titles in mind. 1, self-discovery. 2, emancipation. 3, African Renaissance. Okay. The abstract technique here and there represents the natural resources and the riches in terms of our culture, our heritage, everything in Africa. Okay? And the concept is that if we are able to develop all those natural resources and then put together for the development of the continent, then the continent becomes very happy and beautiful. As a queen.
Yeah.
So that's the concept.
Right.
This is basically African royalty.
So which out of those three titles you mentioned? Run them again. Renaissance.
Self-discovery. African Renaissance. And then emancipation.
Which of those titles resonates mostly for you?
I will go in for African Renaissance.
Okay. Because
there should be a rebirth of there should be we should open a new page.
Yeah.
With a
complete transformation.
Exactly.
Absolutely. A complete transformation.
In everything, in trade, in resources, everything.
Wealth.
Exactly. We should develop Africa for Africa and for Africans.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
It's a powerful piece. Piece. Let's talk a bit about the detail. I see some of these. What do these represent? The detail that you've got surrounding the sort of borders. What do they represent? Like these ones.
These effects. These effects represents this downward mobility.
Yeah.
We should develop it to upward mobility.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah, I understand very well.
So that's the concept. And with those pointillism, those points, those dots there, and the lines represents discipline and precision.
So Mawuko, this one for me is really interesting, right? Because in amongst all the colors and the array of colors, I see a focal point here. So I'm not sure what it represents, but my eye is immediately drawn to the middle because it sits here, and you've got these two identical elements on either side. But here's the focal point. Tell us about that.
Thank you. This is a piece that depicts peace in leadership. Okay.
Peace in leadership.
Exactly. Peace in leadership. Now, you could see that the color blue, the blues dominate.
Yeah.
In the whole composition, and I chose blue because of peace. Blue is a peaceful color,
calming color,
soothing.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
and it's a healing color as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so I chose the blues to dominate. Right. But then when you come to the middle, these are traditional kingmakers. That's the head. That's
okay.
That's their staff and all that. So this is their apparel. That's the dressing with the symbols.
I didn't see the head until you mentioned it.
No. So that's the head. That's the mouth. So
very abstract.
So this whole piece talks about peace in leadership. Now, these are traditional kingmakers. These are kings and queens, and look, families build nations. Okay?
Yep.
Families build nations. When there is peace in the family, the nation is also at peace. Okay. So this is right from the source to to depict from the traditional areas to project peace in the community, in the cities, in the nation. So this is entitled chieftaincy.
What was the inspiration?
Or traditional kingmakers.
Traditional kingmakers.
Yes.
What was the inspiration? You've talked a bit about the meaning, right? But what was the inspiration behind this piece? Where did it stem from?
This year we are in an election year. So this is my own contribution to peace.
Right. Powerful piece.
In this year's elections, going into the election. We want peace. We still want to enjoy our lives. I still want to be safe and then produce more paintings. You understand?
Yeah.
And more money.
Exactly.
So this is chieftaincy.
How long did this take?
This took me about a month to do.
Wow. Okay.
Why
is that? Because this one took you, the other one took you 2 days.
This is a concept that came to mind and I had to execute
Just
it.
killed it straight away.
You understand me? But this I built it.
Okay.
You understand?
That's very interesting. And it's the medium is acrylic.
Acrylic on canvas.
Okay.
I work in acrylics.
Only acrylics.
So
okay.
yes, acrylic on canvas.
Right. So that's fantastic.
So that's it.
And again, something like this will sell for how much?
Within the same range.
Kind of range.
Yes, but my pieces ranges from $1,000 to about $60,000.
Yeah. And where can we find your pieces? Where do they retail?
I show my pieces in the galleries. I show my pieces in hotels. I show my pieces in banks.
Which ones? Which hotels? Which galleries?
Marriott. Like I said, I am a muralist. You understand? I do murals. So I do murals for First Atlantic Bank.
First Atlantic, okay.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm the face of the bank.
I see.
I'm the brand.
Yeah.
Yes.
I see.
Mawuko Arkutu is the brand of.
So in the banking halls and also outside as well.
Outside, where the ATMs are, and then the pillars and all that, and the canvas paintings as well. Now, Omni Basic Bank also collects me in their decor. Fidelity Bank. I have done murals for Marriott's. That's Sam Jonas.
Hotel.
Yes, Marriott's Hotel, and even Sam Jonas' house.
You've got
Yes, we've got wall murals there. I have done murals for Kotoka International Airport.
Yes.
I have done
on
it
the
for
pillars.
for Kolebu Teaching Hospital. I've done it for 37. So many places so many.
Yeah. So sorry to cut you, but those institutions, were they? You just acted yourself. You went and approached them yourself, right?
No.
How did you get those?
They called
you.
They called me. Right. They saw my artworks at places.
Mawuko, I'm gonna ask you some silly questions. Say what you feel. The same way you paint as you feel. Say what you feel. Okay, you ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
You promise to at least try and answer all of them. You promise?
I promise.
All right. No, you have to look at me and say you promise, because your eyes were somewhere when you said you promise.
I promise.
All right, let's go. Who's your childhood celebrity crush?
I'm a fan of Chinese movies.
Okay.
There was this Chinese lady that at the time we used to call Angelina Mao.
You're crushing on Angelina.
That's
then.
Back then.
What's the worst piece of advice that you've ever had?
I am a businessman, and I don't joke with business. I work for banks. I'm the face of certain banks. There was a day that the bank called me to go and do some job in Kumasi. And then one of my friends said, but we have the funeral to go in the afternoon.
Worst piece of advice.
Worst piece of advice.
So you didn't go?
Oh, where should I go? Where should I go? That's the worst piece of advice.
Next question. Who would you trade places with for one day?
Myself.
What song best describes your life? Or a period in your life?
There's this local gospel artist, but the title of the song is Fefefe. No, when you listen to the lyrics, it's my life.
Who or what would you be stranded with on a desert island?
A gallon of water.
What is a controversial opinion that you have that would surprise people?
When you master your skill, speed becomes an advantage. The old masters did a painting. It took them 12 years. It took them, I hear one Italian artist, painted the Mona Lisa's thumb. 12 years in painting thumb. You shouldn't be surprised when I tell you that having practiced for 30 years and having mastered my skill, I did this painting in 2 days. The 18th century art laws does not apply in the 21st century.
In the modern day.
In the modern day.
Now that's controversial, though.
That
because
is
many would differ. Many would disagree with that.
Yes.
Because for them, that's the foundation. Actually, that's the foundation.
That could be the foundation, but things have
evolved and changed. Final question: do you dance?
I dance.
What's your go-to celebration dance?
I do break dance.
You do break dance?
Yes.
Should we clear the tables?
Oh no, I can manage the space here.
Mawuko, thank you very much for being the guest on the 3rd episode of Let's Talk ReZultz. It's been an absolute pleasure. We look forward to seeing your work going across the shores, as it already is, and we look forward to catching up again very soon. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.